Ernie's visit to Sidelicks Town was coming to an end. Everyone would miss him, but they'd always get to wave hello in Little Lick City. On the day he was going back, there was another part of business to be done, so Corey spoke to Timmy and Tommy. "It seems that the order of wood from the factory wasn't enough for our job," announced Corey. "I'd like one of you to return it there. I want the other to drive Ernie back to his home. They're pretty close to one another, so I'm sending you on the same task." Timmy got a cart and packed the wood. Then Tommy fueled up Ernie and hopped in. They were ready to go. "You go first, okay?" said Tommy. "I don't know where—" "Hey!" Tommy was appalled. He saw his twin straying from his work. He was talking to Jeff. "What are you doing?" cried Tommy. "The town needs the new wood, and the city needs Ernie. We need to go." "Hold on, Tommy," said Timmy. "I have unfinished business to take care of." "Fine," said Tommy. "You catch up later. I'm going to be the really reliable one today," he retorted. Tommy started up Ernie's engine, and they flew out of town, before Timmy could tell them what he was talking to Jeff about. But Tommy didn't even care. He was riding through the mountains. "I've never been to Little Lick City," he confessed to Ernie. "Or at least I don't think so. So I bet it's right past these mountains." But it wasn't, and soon he was in the forest. "Well, cities are usually next to trees, right?" pondered Tommy. Tommy eventually wound up passing through town again, and then he was back in the mountains. He stopped to think. "Something wrong, Chief?" asked Ernie. "I'm angry with Timmy for not keeping up," replied Tommy. "He was too slow." "Maybe, Chief, you were too fast," suggested Ernie. "I'm sure the city is this way," said Tommy. But he wound up at the factory. "Great," groaned Tommy. "I finally reached one of our stops, and it's Timmy's." "Why aren't you nice and smart like little Tommy?" asked Ernie. "Because I don't know how to get to your city, okay? I just want to find my way and not have to put up with so much," he whined. "You need to relax, Chief," laughed Ernie, "and you need to listen. I knew the way to Little Lick City all along." "Really?" shouted a shocked Tommy. "Why didn't you say so?" "You were in too much of a hurry, Chief," muttered Ernie. "You barely listened to your brother." "So you heard it from him?" asked Tommy. "I live in the city," chuckled Ernie, "so I've known before that. But Timmy was actually getting directions from Jeff." "Boy, do I feel stupid," moaned Tommy. "So what do you say, Chief?" asked Ernie. "Should we check the factory to see if Timmy's there?" "If you stop calling me Chief, sure," replied Tommy. But just then, Timmy rolled out of the factory with the new wood in his cart. He was surprised to see them. "What's Ernie still doing with you?" "I kinda got lost on my way to the city," sighed Tommy. "Well, Little Lick City is right across from Sidelicks Town when you're ready," advised Timmy. "Actually, Ernie already told me," giggled Tommy. "You mean you listened to him?" asked Timmy. "But why'd you ignore me back in town?" "Because it was Ernie who told me to slow down a bit," laughed Tommy. "He told me that doing my job slowly and properly is better than rushing through it." "Way to go, Tommy," smiled Ernie. Ernie hooted his horn as Tommy peacefully left to Little Lick City.